Okay, this here is about 70 pounds of longleaf pine needles, and it took a little over 7 days to pick them, and they're worth around $1,600. We get $27 a pound, and when I say $1,600 and they're 70 pounds, I'm minusing about 14%, because we do give a little extra when we sell them. So I come up with a number around $1,600 is what these are worth. And these pine needles are used for basket weaving, and they're used for home decor. They're used for making little brooms and all kinds of stuff. And people buy these, and they make their product, and then they sell their product online also. They make baskets, and their baskets might sell for $50, maybe $200, depending on the quality. And these pine needles range in length from 11 inches up to 20 inches. That's what we try to pick. We try to pick anything over 11 inches. And we have some that are longer than 20 inches. And we pick these as they fall from the trees in our backyard here. And we pick them in our front yard. And like I said, this bunch here took it took a while to pick these. Close to 8 days, but I'm saying 7 days, because we pick at day, we pick at night. You know, sometimes I'll come out here with a spotlight and pick these things, depending on how many I need or how many I think I'm gonna need. And once we pick these, we have to wash them. And what we do is we soak them in soapy water with the shot glass of vinegar, and then after we soak them in that water, we rinse them, and then we set them out here to dry. And when they dry in a day or two, then we bundle them, and we make 1 ounce bundles, and we make 8 ounce bundles. And we've been doing this for 4 years. And here's a little better view, a little side view here. And is where we weigh them right here on this little scale. This little scale right there we weigh them on. And then we bundle them. And here's some here that are bundled. These are 8 ounce rolls that are bundled. Their 8 ounce rolls is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rolls, about 4.5 pounds there. And then these over here are 1 ounce rolls. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 15, almost a pound. There's almost a pound of the 1 ounce rolls. And that's how we sell them. We sell them in different sizes. We'll sell 1 pound orders with 2 ounces, 18 ounce orders, and we'll add a little extra. And we'll sell 1.5 pound orders with a couple 1 ounce rolls, and we'll sell 2 pound orders, 2.5 pound, 3 pound, 3.5 pound. We sell all different size orders. Then we sell less than a pound. We sell small orders too. And we have customers that buy these all over the United States. We have customers out in Arizona, California, up in Maine, Mass, Connecticut, Jersey, you name it. They're all over the place. And we're down here in South Carolina. And like I said, we've been doing this for about 4 years. 4 years picking them. And I know some of these are green. They look green. This is how, you know, we get a lot of wind here. We're in the valley. And because we're in the valley, we get a lot of wind. And sometimes the green ones blow out of the trees. And some of these green ones have been green for a long time, and they're ready to turn brown. So we just bundle them in. We put them in our bundles unless there's too many of them. If there's too many of them, we don't put them in our bundles. If it's an ounce of something, we'll bundle an ounce of them. We'll equal it with an ounce of free ones, and we'll just throw it in there and get rid of it, you know. And the customer will put them on the side to dry or whatever. And it's a lot of work. But this ain't the only thing we do. We sell other things online. We sell books and all kinds of stuff, antique stuff. Whatever we could get at a reasonable price and we could make a profit on, and we could move it, we'll sell it. If it's something that ain't gonna move, it's just gonna sit, we don't bother getting it. I've been down that road. I've been doing auto parts and stuff, and that just don't work. So, I mean, I tried it. I gave it a shot. It worked for a little bit, and then, you know, everybody's trying to underprice everybody, and next thing you know, you're not making no money on it. So I just stopped doing that. But now the books, I'll get books. I'll get some rare books, signed books. I had a book signed by a president. I have books signed by famous golf players, by famous people, and they usually move pretty fast. I mean, you get a book signed by somebody famous, it's going to move fast. If you get a book that's signed by somebody that's not really famous or not well known because the book's from a long time ago or whatever, it's going to sit for a while. I mean, I had some books sit for a year before they sold. And other books, I had them sit for a week and they'd sell. So that's how it goes. And these pine needles, I usually move them pretty quick. I usually, like this small amount here, this will be gone in a couple days. This 5 pounds, whatever it is here, 4.5 and a pound, 5.5 pounds, that'll be gone in 2 days. 2 days, you know, sometimes it slows down a little, it takes 3 or 4 days. But most of the time, I'm getting rid of these pretty fast. But like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. And 4 years is a long time to be doing it. And I have a lot of steady customers. I have people that sell them baskets, and I have people that have stores and have people that work for them that make the baskets. And they'll buy 5, 6, 7 pounds at a time off me. And it's steady clientele. They've been doing business with me for a few years, so it's a rough business. It's hard work. It's not easy. I mean, you got to hand pick these. You can't rake them. You can't rake these up. You rake these up, and they're gonna get damaged. And it's a whole different thing than buying these longleaf pine needles to put down in a garden or around your trees. They could be damaged. That don't matter. But these here, that people are gonna use these for making baskets and making home decor, they don't want them damaged. If they're damaged, they can't use them. They're not usable. So there's two things. They can't be damaged, and they can't be green. I mean, all right, if I mix in an ounce of something in a 2 pound order or 2 ounces or something like that, and then I throw in 2 ounces, then that's all right. That's on me. They got 2 ounces of free green ones. And sometimes people are happy with that. Because what they'll do is they'll set them out in the backyard, let them dry out in the sun, and they have that extra 2 ounces for a rainy day that they could use to make something. What else can I say here? So yeah, we average around 27 a pound. And when I started doing this 4 years ago, I think I was getting like, I wasn't getting a lot. I was getting like maybe 16 a pound or $16 a pound, or not much. But since then, we've been doing better quality and more quantity, and you know, we got the price right where it's worth our while. Because we got to wash these. We got to dry them out. And then we have to bundle them. Then we have to store them. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's not an easy thing to do. So yes, that's why we get good money for them. And there are people that get more money. I see some people, they ask crazy numbers for these, but I don't want to overprice myself out of the market. So I'm right around $27 a pound, which is reasonable. I mean, in a pound, it takes about 40 to 60 of these to make 1 ounce. 40 or 60 of these to make one of those 1 ounce rolls. And to make an 8 ounce roll, you need, around 400. I'm saying around 400. I always make my 8 ounce rolls a little bit over, not much, a little bit over, just to cover for if there's some broken in there or whatever. So I always make them a little over, but there could be anywhere from 400 to 600 in an 8 ounce roll. I mean, and if you sell an 18 ounce order, you're talking 600, 1200, and then 60 and 60. I'm saying the most amount is 120, so it's 1,300 pine needles in an 18 ounce order. I mean, and all these pine needles were hand-picked, not raked. You know, hand-picked. And it takes time to hand-pick them. That's why this 70 pounds of needles on this drying rack here has a value of around $1,600. I mean, it's 7 days or more worth of work getting all them pine needles. But it keeps me going. It's good exercise. Good, you know, you're constantly bending and stuff, picking these up. I don't have any fancy equipment or anything that could pick them up for me. So I have to just rely on myself. I'll usually grab a handful of them off the ground, and I'll slide them through my hand into the other hand, one at a time. And then once I get a couple hundred after doing that for maybe 20, 30 minutes, I get a couple hundred in my hand, then I'll put them in a bag, and then I'll go do it again, and I'll repeat. Do it again, repeat. Until I get that bag filled up with about 5 pounds of needles. Then I'll say, okay, it's time for me to stop. And that's usually 3 to 5 hours, depending on how abundant they are that day from the wind. And then I'll stop picking them. And I'll go in and eat or whatever, and come back out in a couple hours and go at it again. And yes, it's time consuming, but it's worth it. I mean, it's definitely worth it. I came down here from South Carolina. I'm originally from Jersey. And I had these things in my front yard there, and I was raking them up in the driveway. They're like a fire hazard. When you get these things and they're like a foot deep or something, it's fire hazard. So I don't like having them. I try to rake them up. So I was raking them up, and I noticed how long they were, and I was like, whoa, people could use these. There's got to be some kind of use for these. And I started Googling it, and I found out people buy these to make baskets and different things. And, you know, the American Indians made baskets with these for hundreds of years. And some of them baskets go for a lot of money. They're worth a lot of money. And people try to replicate them, some of them tribal, some of those baskets and stuff. They try to replicate them, and they sell them, and they get good money for them. And people buy them for, you know, they set them on a counter in the house somewhere, and they'll pay good money for them. And they're hard to make. It takes a long time to make so many baskets. Some of the work is, it's art. It's artwork, basically. And, all right, well, that's a wrap for this video. And I'll be seeing you again tomorrow. I'm new to YouTube. This is my first time doing this. And I'm giving it a shot and seeing what happens. All right. Over and out. Bye.